Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, the videos we're going to be checking out today are videos on how you can budget your way out of poverty. Like being broke is just a situation where it's like when you're just poor, you're poor, you just don't earn enough. Also, somebody actually saying that being poor can be so expensive, and I've actually posted a video similar to that before. Like you being broke, you end up spending more money and continuously more than usual. But before we check out these videos and listen to all this rant, I want to give a very big shout out to Joseph. He sent me a $20 cash app and I really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. That really means so much to me. A big shout out to Mrs. Graham for $15 super thanks. Thank you so much for the support you're showing to the channel. I really appreciate it so much. Make sure you please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Clicking the like button really helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into it.
The cost of living is the highest it's ever been, and people still have the nerve to say that we're just not budgeting enough. Oh, if you cut back on luxuries like electricity and going to visit your family, then you should be good. Jobs are purposely not hiring people so that they can hoard money, and people are still like, oh, you're just not applying to 100 jobs a day. That's the real problem. People so badly want this to be an individual failure so that they don't have to admit that this is a societal failure. Our society is setting us up to struggle and be poor so that the rich can get richer.
I have seen people become what they laughed at.
Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos. Bernard, oh, not the family. I can't stop laughing at him.
I see why people crash out. Like, I really see why people crash out. Because it's like, I be at work every fucking day from before 9 a.m. and I don't leave until 12 a.m. I'm at work almost every fucking day. And then on my days off, I'm at work still working, getting called in, and it's like, but I still don't make enough money to get a place on my own. I still don't have enough money to pay my car insurance and my car stuff. I still don't have enough money for shit. And it's like, okay, maybe I should go back to school. But then if I go back to school, I would have to get my hours cut, and I can't afford getting my hours cut. Matter of fact, I don't even know, like, I don't even know. It's like, and I know I'm just ranting on here. I don't need y'all to give me it. Like, I don't need y'all to be like, well, da 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 da. Maybe you should have, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need those. It's just like, I don't, like, it's just like, I'm so ready to give up. I'm so, like, I am so tired of this shit. I am so tired. Like, it's like, it don't matter how hard I work, how many hours I put in. It's like, it's not even going anywhere. Like, and it's like, maybe it's because I'm not helping myself as much as I help everybody else around me. But it's like, even possible. Like, it's not possible. Like, all the things I need to do, I can't do. So it's like, I want to start helping myself out. I want to start taking care of myself. But it's really not possible. Like, it's not possible. So it's like, what's the next step? Because doing this shit, it's really breaking me down. Like, it's mentally and physically breaking me down. I'm getting cuts every fucking day. Getting burnt every fucking day.
Here's an example of, and I've experienced this to an extent, and I've had friends experience this over and over again, of how being poor is really expensive. When you hear that, it doesn't make any sense. But here's a simple example. You own your house. Your grandma left it to you. You don't have a lot of overhead. You just have to keep the house up. But it is an older house. It came with a washer and dryer, and one day your washer craps out, and that happens. Like, they just wear out. You've done everything you can to try to repair it. You've looked online. It appears to be something that's a really expensive part, $200 or $300. Even if that's the problem, you have to, like, hope it's the problem. If you order that part, and then you have to hope you can install it, and if you call a repair guy, it's going to be $200 or $300 for the part, another $200 for him to come out and repair it. Now you're just in a new washer or a scratch and dent washer. See, okay, I can afford a scratch and dent washer, but right now, my 2-year-old and 3-year-old or 4-year-old, my teenager, all need clean clothes for school coming up on Monday. I'm working Saturday, but I have Sunday off. But the laundromat's only open until 10 o'clock, but I don't want to take my kids out late. So, but the problem is my car's not running very well. So I can take an Uber to get my car. So I'm going to jump in my car, go to start it. It's not doing very well. Okay, I got to take an Uber. So now I can't find anybody to drive me. All my friends are either at work or they're busy on a Sunday. So I jump in an Uber. It costs me $20 to go to the nearest laundromat which has limited hours. But you know, I got to judge that. Like, do I go further and do it later in the afternoon? Whatever works for me. But here's the issue with that is that laundromat is more expensive. It's a brand deal. It's not a local place. You know, they're more expensive. They are very nice. It's very nice. So I take the kids. I don't want to be out too late because the kids, they're 2 and 3, and my teenager has softball practice at like 5 o'clock. And, you know, we got to make that because that's really important for her. But the 2 little ones, they need to be in bed. You know, I don't want to be out past 10 o'clock. So go spend that money, get to the laundromat now. I got to wash the sheets and blankets. A little one, you know, peed on his bed. The teenager has to have the uniforms ready. So I get all that done, and I got to have it all done by 5 o'clock and get home, get the teenager, and then, you know, get home. So get everything in. Laundromats can cost, and it's been a long time since I've been, so I'm going to say $25 in for a load of all that. Maybe even more if you have comforters or things you need to do. So you have to, like, you're kind of deciding, can we live without the comforter? You know, wash the sheets and not the comforter, and which clothes, and you're sorting all that, and you get it all, but you got to do it all. Like, you only have this one chance. You don't have another chance for the week or two to get back to the laundromat. So you're washing all you can. Let's say it costs you, let's do an even up, $30. Now you take the Uber home, you walk the kids to softball practice, she walks home on her own because you're putting the little ones to bed. So then Monday rolls around again, and you found a scratch and dent washer online for $200, but you don't have $200. You had it in your savings, but you used about $50 to $60 to get the Uber to go to wash the clothes. So next week, well, Monday rolls around, you got to do laundry again. So you now have dipped into your savings some more, and now you only have $100 left in your savings. So you talk to the scratch and dent place, and they say, sure, we will sell you this. You put a down payment, and then we're going to charge you interest, and you rent to own. So you do that, and you end up with a $100 payment. So there's all your savings. And you had, you know, you have all your savings, but you get, and then they deliver it. And that was another, you know, $50 because you don't have a way to deliver it. And then you're hooking it up. You got to make sure it's okay. Everything's good. You do that yourself. You just hope it doesn't leak. You hope there's not damage. So now I have a washer, but then around comes that payment. That whole month, you don't have to make another payment. That next month then comes around and it's a $50 payment. Okay, so you have to take that out of your paycheck because your savings is gone. So now that $50 paycheck comes out of your, that's groceries. That's the money you were going to put towards fixing your car so it's a little safer. That was the money that you were going to put towards your electric bill that's a little higher because it's summertime and you have to run the air conditioning because your little one has asthma. You see what I'm talking about? That's how it happens. It's really expensive to be poor because everybody sees you coming. They see you coming and they charge you, and it costs more money because you can't just pay cash. If you could have just said, oh, great, the washer and dryer is broken, I'm just going to go spend this $200 and buy a washer, you know, and it's perfect. But that's not the way it works. If you even have savings. If you have $200 in savings, you're probably doing better than a lot of us. And that's really good. And I commend you for that. And it can be really hard to save that kind of money. So if you have $200 in savings, good job. Like, that's really hard to do. Believe it or not. I know a lot of people, my parents would scoff at that. They'd be like, what do you mean it's hard? It's really hard to put $200 in savings and not touch it.
Sometimes we just have to be real with ourselves and just see what the issue is and be like, hey, this is just our issue. Like, it's just the society that is the problem, which is so true. Like, if you notice, for instance, now, would you go and be telling someone that is jobless that they should cut back on what they're spending? Or, like, where do they even have any money from? Like, they don't have any money to spend. So what are they cutting back on? The person that doesn't have a job, should they cut back on their life? Maybe they shouldn't be breathing too much, or the oxygen they're inhaling, they should just reduce it and take it easy because they don't have the money to pay for it. I'm a kind of person that is like very cheap. I love whenever I see anything that is affordable and cheap, I love it. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, like, yeah, I'm going for that. But the crazy thing about it is I've actually had to buy items that are very low quality because the there, I just look at the price and I'm like, oh, this is very cheap, and I don't think I want to buy something that costs more. And it could just be like in that particular thing that I'm buying, the one that costs more has more quality, and then the one that I'm buying that actually has that is cheaper has lesser quality, and then I end up having to buy much because it breaks down after buying the lower quality one for a lower price, and then before you know it, I have to still go and continuously keep replacing it. Then it ends up being almost, it calls, or even more than me buying more qualitative and expensive product. So it's like that, it just reminded me of me actually doing that or making those kind of decisions in my life.
A girl in my comments just said, why would she put $2K towards a home when she can spend $2K on a bag and have it forever? Who gonna tell this bitch she's slow? Like a whole different level of slow.
So, me posting these videos, hopefully I can get, some more besties on here, make a living on here, and ultimately get my kids out of this house that's falling down.
What a rabbit hole I just fell down. You live in a house that is falling down with five children, and
Just got a 2023 Suburban, and my payment is $1,400. My husband has a 2020 Dually, and his payment is $1,400.
honey, I think it's about time you take them vehicles back down to the dealership, trade you in, and get something a little older. Something that's not $2,800 a month, so that you can move your five children into a house that isn't falling down. This is why other countries look at America like we're idiots. Because of people like this. I really don't want to be in this house. I really want to get out of it. It's falling down. But yeah, let me get a 2023 Suburban and a 2020 Dually that we're paying $2,800 for. That is more than my house costs a month. And I live in a 4-bedroom home. A 4-bedroom concrete home. In Florida, might I add, where it's like one of the most expensive places to live. This to me is neglect. Oh my God, it's neglect. There's absolutely no reason for you to have to pay more than what a mortgage is for vehicles when your house is falling in. I don't know, this just made me really angry. Oh my God.
I'm done paying my credit card bills. I didn't pay them off. I'm done paying them. I don't want to pay them anymore, so. Feels pretty good. I could, pretty freeing. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from 800 numbers, but, it's probably not that big of a deal. Dude, these fucking, I didn't think I liked dark chocolate or almonds. But when you mix the two together, something crazy happens. Yeah, so. Alright, guys. Peace out.
I just paid my rent. So this weekend, I will be enjoying every wall in this apartment. Every room will be enjoyed. I will be just sitting here in amazement of my apartment, baby, okay? Because the way I just pay my rent, I don't care. Rent is high, and I paid it in full.
I'm 100% gonna be homeless, and it's guaranteed. So in my state, Utah, the average rent is about like $2,000. Pretty reasonable, right? But then I realized, holy crap, this van costs 15 grand. Would I be considered homeless? Yes. But will I at least own it? Yes. And that's the most important thing. Owning something. Instead of just giving all my money away to a place that's literally garbage. Would you live the van life?
Yes, I did say we are one paycheck away, because let's say right now rent is around $2,000. Let's say you have 10 grand saved. How long before that 10 grand is gone with rent, lights, water, gas, cell phone, food, daycare if you have it, gas in your car, maintenance on your car, mortgage or homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance? So again, Yes, I did say some of us are one paycheck away because another job is not around the corner and you know it. Ask the people that have been looking.
It is definitely so true that a lot of people are just one paycheck away from being homeless, because I actually see a lot of videos where people are saying you guys should better stop being so stop being judgmental or try to like insult or look down on people who are homeless, because there are a lot of people that are basically just living right now and it's just one paycheck. If they just get fired, they will be homeless because they don't even have enough savings to pay the rent. So there's just like nobody knows, at any time you could just run into such situation. Definitely do not wish anybody homelessness, because that's a rough situation. It's definitely not fun. And then there's like so many number of people now that I'm starting to see more videos of people saying, hey, like they become homeless. A lot of people are living in their cars, a lot of people are out there on the streets, and it's like for so many situations, and you know how dangerous it is for you to be sleeping outside.
If you're family and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're going to want to hear this. This is something me and my husband are trying to work towards as being a one income paycheck to paycheck family. I think once we get there, it's really going to change our lives. Grab a notebook or just get a clean sheet of paper. I'm going to list every single monthly expense you can think of in this column over here. I'm just going to do like a general example for the sake of this video, but you obviously will write down what you actually pay for these. House payment or rent, say $1,000. Generally, people have car payments. Maybe one, you might have two. We currently have two. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to go up a little higher. Some may be a little lower. Like I know house payments, depending on where you are going to be a lot higher. Sometimes rent is going to be a lot higher. Car payment number 2, we'll say $300. Car insurance. Our car insurance is really expensive, so I'm just gonna write $250. I don't know how much yours is. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. Our internet and our phone payments are bundled together. Obviously, if they're separate for you, write them in as 2 separate bills. Is about $200 for both of those together. Electric bill, we're going to overshoot about $200 for that. Typically ours is not $200, but water bill, our water bill is generally not over $75. Security system is $75. Student loans, any other loans that you might have, we'll say $200. Any subscriptions, so like Amazon Prime, Netflix, list that there. We have Disney Plus, Google subscription. Here's the point, it's up to you if you want to add in groceries to this or not, add in tithing to this section or not, and gas to this section or not. We, however, have chosen to keep those separate. So over here, we're going to write gas, groceries, tithing. Plus this will be like spending money, anything like that. These are obviously still expenses too, but what these are going to be, we're going to have 2 separate accounts. This is going to be your bill account. This is going to be your spend account. I'm going to add up the total of these over here. $2,830. This is what the main bills that are going to be the same every time cost. I'm going to divide that by 4. We're dividing it by 4 because there are typically 4 weeks in a month. $2,830 divided by 4, $707.50. However you get paid, you're going to have one account. Your spend account is where your direct deposit. Every week, you're going to take this amount plus a little extra. So we'll say plus $30 extra just in case some of these bills fluctuate. We want to have a little bit of wiggle room. Every week, from what you get paid from your direct deposit account, take $737 and deposit it into our bill account. We're going to set up all of these bills on automatic payments. They're going to come out automatically. Obviously, if you bring home $8,000 a month, 8,000 divided by 4 weeks is about $2,000 a week. If you take your $737.50 out of this, that leaves you with a little under $1,300, right? To use as your spending money for gas, groceries, tithing. Obviously, you decide how much is living sacrificially for you and your family for tithing. Now, I realize this may be overshooting for a lot of families. Like my husband does not bring home $2,000 every week, but you get the general idea. If you're just putting in this much every week, instead of like some weeks you're having to pay $1,000 to your house payment, and this takes it and breaks it down to where you're putting an average payment in and it's all just coming out. As you get the money, you're putting it in this account. Your bills are always being covered. You're never late.
The kicker, however, for this particular method is that you have to have that amount, whatever you owe for bills monthly, so the $28.30, you have to have that in a bill account first so that you don't ever have to worry about going under that. Every time something is taken out, you're just replenishing it with as much as you need to go in there. So it takes saving every little bit that you can, every extra bit, $20 here, $10 there, until you can get that built up in the bill account to actually start being able to do this. My husband and I are working to get here. We think that once we can get there, it's going to change our lives. We won't have to be worrying about it. The bills will be paid and we'll have extra spending money, it feels like.
I just found out today that if you make less than $200,000, then you are not in the middle class. So many of us are not even in the middle class anymore.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Make sure you please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.